Welcome. I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. We're all here to talk about our journeys with type 2 diabetes, obesity, PCOS, insulin resistance, and about the medications that we're all on that are changing our lives. Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Mounjaro, liraglutide, semaglutide, dulaglutide, tirzepatide. Some of you are on the trials for retatrutide. But no matter what utide you're on the pen and you're here, and I'm so glad to have you here. We've got audiences from Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and we are here to share our journeys, share questions about Sue, welcome to the stream. Questions about our journey, the side effects that we're feeling. This is a community of people who are on the pen. And because we're all on the pen, we all share similar experiences. So what you're going to get here is you're going to get a community that can help walk you through some of the issues that you're facing and equip you with the best information possible so that you can have informed conversations with your medical provider. I am not a medical provider. Nobody here currently is a medical provider, though we do get some of them in the stream as we move along. This is not intended to be medical advice. This is intended to help you be armed with the best information possible to share with your medical provider. So with that said, welcome. If you're new here, put an N in the chat next to your name. Let me know that you're here, and then let me know what medication you're on. I'd like to welcome you by name. If you're new here, making sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. That's your number one job, and we're going to get into it and start taking questions. Beth has is looking for more information on maintenance. So maintenance depends on what medication you're on, Beth, but there was guidance that was given by the FDA recently. Christy's new welcome here. Thank you for being here. Judy, Stacy, welcome. Thank you for being here. Donna, hey, Donna's a provider. So Donna is a medical provider, nurse practitioner. She's in the chat over on YouTube. So if you want to jump over to YouTube, you can do that. But yeah, so there was guidance given by the FDA for Wegovy, which is semaglutide, the weight loss version of semaglutide for maintenance, and it's the 1.7 and 2.4. So if you're on semaglutide, the 1.7 and the 2.4 are probably going to be where you're going to be at for maintenance based upon the FDA guidelines. Now, Mounjaro hasn't released any information about maintenance for Mounjaro, but when you think about doses, and this is from Bourbon RX over on TikTok, I really like the way he broke this down. When you think about the doses, divide them in thirds, right? So you have like your lower third doses, your middle third doses, and your upper third doses. So if the upper doses were what's required for semaglutide, maybe we'll see the same for Mounjaro, where you're going to see the 10, that's 12.5, and the 15 for maintenance. But for some people, that's going to be different. And I think what's very interesting about that is that Mounjaro is not approved for weight loss yet. So when we talk about maintenance for weight loss for Mounjaro, we're talking about something that really doesn't exist right now. So there's no trials. But if you're following kind of what semaglutide is, which is the closest medicine to Mounjaro on the market, even though it's different, being a GLP-1 receptor agonist and Mounjaro being a GLP plus a GIP receptor agonist, you may just talk to your doctor. And I think that you're probably going to have some sort of titration schedule back to the lowest dose that you can maintain on and maintain there. Deborah, welcome to the stream. Just call me Ange. I've been on semaglutide compound for 10 weeks and now haven't lost a single pound. Yeah, the compounds, I can't speak really informed about them because it's really a gamut. FDA has not approved the forms of semaglutide that go into the compounds. So I don't think that it's reasonable to kind of give guidance. I know that when we're talking about brand name semaglutide, you have to be above the 0.5 dose. Sorry, above the 0.25. Nelly gave a super chat over on over on YouTube. Thank you, Nelly, for doing that. I appreciate that. The gifts are always appreciated, but they're never expected. But I really appreciate that, Nelly. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to mention that the 0.25 dose of the semaglutide is not a therapeutic dose. So, talk to your doctor about getting up to the more therapeutic doses where people did see more weight loss. But the compounds are not something that I really talk much about because I don't know much about them. And, so you save those ones for your questions. Thank you for the gift, Clarissa. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome, Beth. I realize that wasn't the greatest answer, but there's just nothing out there for Mounjaro and maintenance. And I think it's just going to be working with your doctor to find out what dose works for you to, maintain without, being able to eat a normal amount of calories, a reasonable amount of calories, and maintain your weight. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Thank you for those who have joined over on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. It's good to have you all here tonight. Thank you, Nelly, again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Amanda's over on TikTok and says they're on 10 milligrams now. Started 2.5 a year ago come November. I started in November too, and you've lost 63 pounds, ready to start maintenance. That's awesome, Amanda. And we were just talking about maintenance. Seems to be a common theme of the night. But yeah, maintenance on Mounjaro is going to be a conversation with you and your doctor about where you can maintain your weight loss without losing or gaining, right? Clarissa, thank you for the gift of the pizza going towards our live goal over on TikTok. I appreciate that. Thank you for contributing to the live goal tonight. If you're just joining here, I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. I am a user of Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes. I've been on it since November of last year. It's helped me to lose 30 pounds. The whole entire year prior, which was the first year of my type 2 diabetes diagnosis, I was on strict keto. I lost 7 pounds in a year on strict keto. It didn't do anything for my insulin resistance numbers. I was still creating gobs of insulin, and I just wasn't losing weight. When I introduced Mounjaro into the picture, I've been able to drop 30 pounds. I've titrated back. I had to go all the way back from the 15 to the 5 because of migraines. I'm titrating back up now, and so I'm starting to see some weight loss again. Have you gone out to see the blue supermoon? So if you're here, you're on the moon. That's one of the things that I always say, and that's tonight is the super moon live stream. So I have gone out. It is beautiful. I love the moon. I love looking up at the sky and the stars. So it is cool. So make sure that you check that out if you haven't. Hambone is in the stream. My sister Hambone is in the stream over on YouTube. So thanks for being here, Ann. Love you. Hope you're feeling better. So thank you for being here. And G, Wegovy is saving my dad's life. He's been in heart failure, and heart is back to normal strength now. That is amazing. That is amazing news to hear, Angie. There's obviously have been some really amazing studies that have come out recently in the last week or two about how semaglutide is affecting heart failure and improving heart outcomes in those with heart failure. It sounds like your dad has been a beneficiary of that. So congratulations. He's getting his life back. I lost my own father to a heart attack, a massive heart attack, and he was only, I want to say 52, very young. It's been so long now, but just amazing to think of GLP-1s. And I was thinking at first, oh, Donna gave a $20 super chat. Thank you, Donna, for the super chat over on YouTube. I really appreciate the gifts. They are always appreciated. Always appreciated. Thank you so much, Donna. It's just amazing to think how many lives this is going to change and the positive impacts this is going to have on the healthcare system just by reducing the amount of heart attacks. But I was going to say, at first I was just thinking it was the weight loss. Now, after listening to Doctors Who Lift podcast, which is Dr. Spencer Nadolsky, thank you for the ice cream, Amanda. It sounds like there are some GLP-1 receptors in the heart that I wasn't aware of. And so they are thinking that maybe there is a mechanism of action actually from the medicine that helps in addition to the weight loss. So thank you again, Donna, for the super chat over on YouTube. I greatly appreciate the gifts. They help me reach my goals, which is reaching more people here. So the more that I can, that you all give here, the more I can put back into the channel. And so I just thank you very much for those who support the channel in that way. So thank you. And thank you for the ice cream cone honor over on TikTok. Make sure that you take this time to hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. What we're talking about is GLP-1 medications, the medications that we're on to improve our symptoms of obesity, type 2 diabetes, metabolic disorder, PCOS, sleep apnea, heart failure, all those things that people are now taking GLP-1s for. And it's just amazing. Cheryl said, question, do you get paid for this? I get paid in the form of tips when people give me tips over here on TikTok and when people watch my content over on YouTube, but nobody pays me to do this. Just you all. So this is out of the goodness of my heart and wanting to share just how much this medication has benefited me. Would I love to do this full time? Absolutely. because I really enjoy this and am passionate about it, but I also have to provide for my family. So those who are giving gifts, and especially those who become members or subscribe to the channel, are bringing that closer to a reality. So thank you. Creamy Jalapeno, welcome. Wednesday Night Live. Yeah, Wednesday Night Live. So what's going on in my own family. So we've got a major flu, like tummy bug, that's moving through our house. And usually I do a Thursday night show called On the Pen Live over on TikTok. You can see that there. Over on YouTube, you can see it over here. On the Pen Live is a weekly talk show that I do on YouTube exclusively. So click the link in my bio if you're over on TikTok, and make sure you follow my YouTube channel. But it's a Thursday night show. You can watch them all on demand tomorrow. If I stay healthy, or if the family's healthy enough and I can do a live stream tomorrow, it'll be our 30th episode of On the Pen Live. So we cover the fake news in the world of, hey, Creamy Jalapeno. You're always making cool things go across the screen. That's super cool. Thank you for the gift of the corgi. That was super cool. But we talk about fake news in the world of GLP-1s. We talk about what's new in the world of GLP-1s and treatment of type 2 diabetes, obesity, all that stuff. Hey, charge nurse Keisha Dixon is in the house. I'm going to pin that comment. Make sure you get over to her channel and follow her. How to pin this, Keisha? I'm an old man when it comes to using TikTok. Make sure you get over and follow Keisha's channel. It looks like BJ Davis over on YouTube just dropped a new video too. He's one of the OGest of the Mounjarians. He's got a Discord channel at davisdiscord.com that is one of the best places to have conversations about GLP-1s when we're not doing a live stream. So you can check that out too. But it looks like he dropped a video, so make sure you go check that out as well. But yeah, thank you. Stacy said, congratulations on the 30th episode. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. A friggin' hot dog. That was awesome. Was that you again, Creamy? Gosh, thank you. Franktastic. Man, TikTok's got some cool stuff. Liz says, I'm on tirzepatide compound 2.5 for almost 2 months and I've lost 21 pounds. Super excited. Congratulations on the weight loss. I'm glad that you're seeing that kind of success with the compound tirzepatide. Again, I don't know much about the compounds, and I would, so I can't speak to them. I've never used them. And I just know that they're not the FDA approved versions of the medicines. So I just, talk to your doctor, nurse practitioner Fast Doc over on TikTok. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for those who have given gifts tonight. They're always appreciated, but never expected. So thank you for being here tonight. Usually I do a show on Thursday nights called On the Pen Live. Not sure we're going to be able to do it tomorrow with the sicknesses going through our house. So we're just doing a Q&A. I like to drop in and do these. Again, I'm not a medical provider. I'm just a guy who's on the internet. But I've been on these medications now for over 10 months, and I've been making content about them and learning absolutely everything there is possible for, just a normal guy to learn. Over here on TikTok, I have about 6,500 followers. I have about 4,500 followers over on YouTube. And so I've gotten the chance to share information about people's journeys now for 10 months. And so there's just not that many things that you're going to bring in here that you're struggling with that somebody already hasn't. And so these lives are all about sharing those experiences that we're having, just getting connected to other people who are going through the same thing, so we can talk through what's worked best for us, and that you can talk best with your doctor when you're trying to relay these things back and see if, certain supplements or certain courses of action may be the right treatment for you. Angela says, what do I eat in a day? I really eat with a high emphasis on protein because it keeps me full. That helps keep me in a caloric deficit. I try to avoid carbohydrates, especially really refined carbohydrates. I'm not scared of a vegetable or a fruit from time to time. But I really, hey, thank you for that. Charge Nurse Keisha says, you're definitely my go-to guy for facts. I appreciate that. Make sure you get over and give Charge Nurse Keisha Dixon a follow, whether she's over on YouTube and on TikTok. Sue the dude on YouTube with the super chat, helping Peter out by letting me see his question. Peter asked, will MJ price go down by year end? I don't think that the price of Mounjaro is going down anytime soon. I don't. In fact, when it's released for weight loss, I think it's going to be more expensive. Hey, Pug on Mounjaro's here. Welcome, Pug. Good to have you here, man. Thank you for being here in the live stream. We appreciate having you here. Pug on Mounjaro, if you haven't caught has lost over 200 pounds now, I think, on Mounjaro. He's got a YouTube channel. He was on the Pen Live just a few weeks ago, I think back in June, maybe late June, and shared a lot about his story. So you can check that out over on YouTube. You can go watch all my on the Pen Lives on demand over on YouTube. So click the link in my bio, follow my YouTube channel. Hambone with the coming in hot with the fire. Thank you, Hambone. Not only are you the best babysitter of my children, but you're also now a gifter on TikTok. How's your The Office watching going? I mean, here's the deal about that. Like, obsessive. I mean, if there's a clinical diagnosis for somebody who watches The Office too much, that's me. I probably have about every episode memorized just by virtue of it's like my kids all have like lovies, right? You all have kids, you know what lovies are. Hey Anna, welcome to the stream. So lovies are like, little stuffed animals, plush toys that they sleep with. They make them feel comfortable. They take them to the doctor's office. I watch The Office constantly, obsessively. It makes me feel right. So The Office is my go-to. Yeah, it's always on in the background of our home. Kids are sick, Office is going on. It's like a soothing thing. You get it, Susan. You get it. Hysterical. So yeah. Questions. Who's got questions tonight? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the gifts. Creamy jalapeno. You are like emptying out the bank account with all the fancy things that you put across the screen tonight. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Chrissy's in the house. Chrysanthemum. So Chrissy is the girl on the Wegovy. She's also a frequent guest. She's my cousin, Chrissy. She's always on the Pen Live. Usually she comes on that Thursday night show, shares about her journey with Wegovy. How did I first learn about Mounjaro? So I first learned about Mounjaro when my doctor offered up that I'm probably a candidate for bariatric surgery. And in that time, I found that I didn't have weight loss coverage, but I had the great fortune of being a type 2 diabetic. So I qualified for Mounjaro, and the rest is history. I don't start anything without knowing everything there is to know about it. And once I came to the YouTubes, once I came to the YouTubes, I realized that there wasn't a lot of people making content about it. And I thought, I got to do this for the next person that comes here for this, because I'm learning all this information. I want to share it. And that's how this all started. So any Wegovy supply update? Yeah, the dosages are still in shortage, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, there's really good news coming out about Wegovy. So they brought on Thermo Fisher to help make the Wegovy pens, which is a lot of capacity has Thermo Fisher. So over time, that's really going to help. But for now, it sort of still sucks. Does working out help Mounjaro work better? Of course it does. Being in caloric deficit, burning calories, and most of all, preserving muscle mass, because that is a concern with GLP-1s, is that when you're losing weight, you're not just losing fat, but you could also be, especially if you're older, losing muscle mass. So you want to preserve that with some resistance training. How much are you down now, Dave? Keisha, I am down 30 pounds, right? So 30 pounds, which is pretty much where I was as of April. But in April, I titrated back to 5 milligrams, and I've been slowly titrating back up. So I was on 15 and losing steady, but I was getting migraines. So that kind of stopped me. I've been in a stall for 4 months, right? So some people get on here and I've been stalled for 2 weeks. I've been stalled for 3 weeks. What do I do? And I'm like, first of all, chill, right? This is not a race to a certain weight. Kudos to those who are seeing massive results. And I've had some of those people on the channel, like Pug on Mounjaro, who's in the chat over on YouTube, BJ Davis, Triplet Dad of TikTok, like some people just seeing massive losses, which is great. But if you're not, it's okay. Give your body grace and give yourself time. These medications are working. So thoughts on spacing out shot days to save on cost. So one of the people that is one of my favorite people that I've met on this journey, his name is Ken Lee. He's Fat Guy No More over on YouTube. He has lost over 200 pounds now, and he was taking his shots because he's paying out of pocket. He's taking his shots every 2 weeks. So, I mean, talk to your doctor for sure, but people are making it happen, right? And perhaps, you would talk to your doctor about maybe some of the upper doses, because the lower dose is probably not going to do much over 2 weeks. You can't imagine me needing bariatric surgery. Yeah, I mean, so here's the deal. So I was at 319 pounds at my highest. That was when I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic. I lost 7 pounds in a year. So I was at 312 when I started Mounjaro. Mounjaro helped me get down to, at my lowest, I think I was like 276. So, obviously at 276, bariatric surgery probably not necessary, but it was only until I added Mounjaro in that I could lose weight. That was just the thing. No matter what I did, I was not losing weight. So I think that's why he had me looking at bariatric surgery, because I was such an anomaly, right? As far as not being able to lose weight. So that's kind of where we're at. Chrissy said, if you're thinking about not losing, well, you should check out Dave's Metamucil hack. Yeah. So one of the Metamucil hacks, or the Metamucil hack that I shared over on TikTok and YouTube this week, Metamucil, be careful with it. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water with it, right? Because it bulks up in your system and it kind of absorbs water in your system. So you don't want to end up with a blockage. But Metamucil has been around forever. If you drink Metamucil 15 minutes before you eat a meal, it helps coat the food that you eat. And so it helps your body to avoid massive blood sugar spikes and thus massive insulin spikes to bring that sugar back down. I did a side-by-side of basically eating the same meal, carby meal, crappy fast food meal, when I had the Metamucil and before when I didn't have it, and I tracked it on my CGM, and the results, the proof's in the pudding, so to speak. So yeah, definitely check that out. Visible Scientist is in here. Hey, welcome. Hey, Pug on Mounjaro. I didn't know that you were over on TikTok, man. There you go. You just got to follow back. Ain't no follow back, girl. Ain't no follow back, girl. Erica said, what about weaning when you reach your goal? Talk to your doctor about a titration schedule back until you get to the dose where you're maintaining, not losing, not gaining. That really rolled off the tongue. I'm on Wegovy. My cravings ain't diminishing. That sucks. What dosage are you on of Wegovy? Because really, for most people, they've got to get up to the not highest necessarily, but higher dosages. Thank you for the pizza, Lydia. So we've got 2 pizzas on our way to our 20 pizza goal for our live over here on TikTok. Thanks for those who are giving. Yeah, the 0.25 is not a therapeutic dose of semaglutide. So don't expect much of it, Yeah, talk to your doctor about following the titration schedule that's recommended by Novo Nordisk, which would after a month get you up to the 0.5, which is a therapeutic dose and probably help you out. BJ Davis is in the house over on YouTube. I mentioned earlier that it looked like I got a notification up in the corner of my screen here that said he dropped a video today. So make sure that you check out BJ's video over on YouTube. Big Dustin just got approved for Mounjaro. Started on Friday. Awesome, dude. Come back and let us know how it goes. And also Lydia, Hambone with coming in hot with the corn. Lydia, I'm going to pin her. Make sure that she's a creator over here on TikTok as well. Did you comment something, Lydia, so I can pin you? Oh, there you go. Yeah, make sure you follow Lydia over here on TikTok. So BJ Davis had hip surgery, and so he was one who had to kind of get off the GLP-1. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Lydia. Make sure you give Lydia a follow. She makes great content. I think she's managing the social media for the plus size girls now, which is super cool. So congratulations on that. And she makes awesome content. You seem like a really genuinely great human. So fun to meet all the great people on this GLP-1 journey. We got about 48 people going over here on YouTube. Anybody here in the retatrutide tile? So Sue YouTube asked over on YouTube. Sue is a dude, by the way. Keisha, thanks for the pizza. I appreciate you. Sue asked, is anybody in the retatrutide trial? So I heard from somebody who is in the retatrutide trial today, and they are on the 4 milligram, or what's supposed to be the 4 milligram, and they were not feeling anything. So they're afraid they got the placebo, which sucks. So I'm hoping for that person that it's just the low dose and that they'll up the dose and then they'll feel it. But yeah, so I am in contact with people who are in the retatrutide. Somebody grilled me on YouTube today. They're like, hey, you say retatrutide wrong, and you said it wrong like 80,000 times. Well, first of all, I was like the first one on the internet to talk about it. Tell me that I wasn't. So I was just trying to sound that big retatrutide word out, and it is what it is. Who tried? That's what I called it at first, because ain't nobody know how to pronounce that word. Just look at it and pronounce it right the first time. I will applaud you. Christina loves my lives. I love that you love them, and I appreciate that you're here. D, Sipple Moise. Second week on tirzepatide and my stomach feels so full I can hardly eat. Thoughts? You are a super responder probably to Mounjaro, and so you're probably going to do really well to stay at the lower doses. Yeah, visible scientists. Just remember, it's like the Pokemon, because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. Ratata-tata-tata-tata. Okay. I did. So the first video that I ever did on Retatrutide, I was like, who tried Retatrutide? And it was like, hey, I just found out about this medication, and Eli Lilly is going to talk about it tomorrow on their conference call. Stay tuned. So when I got on the conference call, they're like, Retatrutide. And I was like, I'm not saying that. It's Retatrutide. Notice I also say Mounjaro, right? And it's apparently Mounjaro. Like 2 weeks after I started my channel, Man on the Mounjaro, and gave it this whole astronaut theme, which is super fun. Inspired by a local guy here who's like buddies with Elon Musk now because he's super into rockets and is everyday astronaut over on YouTube. Check him out. But yeah, made it Man on the Mounjaro, and then I called Eli Lilly, and they're like, "Yeah, thank you for calling and asking about Mounjaro." And I was like, "Mounjaro," so I made a video about that too. But sometimes you just got to double down on wrong because it just feels right. So we're Mounjaro and we're Retatrutide all the way, and also semaglutide. You ain't gonna get no semaglutide talk over here. Why? Yeah, who names them, right? Who names them? 7 months, 210 down. Pug on Mounjaro. I lost an obese person, an entire person. Stacy loves Everyday Astronaut. Yeah, his name's Tim, and he's actually my sister Hambone, who's in the chat over on Hambone. Are you on TikTok or YouTube? I'm confused. I think she's over here on TikTok now. She was on YouTube. Is a friend of hers from growing up, and so yeah, he's a cool dude. He's got the kind of YouTube channel that you can leave your day job for. You're bouncing around. Well, thank you for being here in both spots. I love you, Hambone. How are you feeling? Hi, Marty. Welcome. Oh, it looks like yeah, more people are giving gifts over here. So thank you. Oh, the alien. I like that. I'm gonna make a video of just that statement. Sometimes you just need to double down on wrong because it feels so right. Yeah, Pug on Mounjaro is great, Mama. You've got to make sure that you check out his episode over on YouTube. We did a on the pen live with him Thursday night talk show that I do. This will be if I can get to it tomorrow. If I don't fall ill, and even saying that, I'm like, am I starting to feel sick? My wife went down today and had to leave work, and it was a whole deal. But yeah, Pug, have you been on once or twice, Pug? He was on fairly recently this summer, and so check out his episode. Pug on Mounjaro, Father Ibrahim. He's a real good dude, and he's lost. And yeah, now I'm like, it's like Bridesmaids. Tell me you all have seen Bridesmaids. Everybody gets sick while they're trying on the wedding dresses, and I'll thank you for the barbells. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But everybody starts to get sick, and what's that actress's name? The real funny actress. She was in a bunch of movies at that time. She's like, "Don't you look at me!" Yeah, she's sitting on a sink, losing her bowels. Keeping up with Kima sent weights. Thank you, Kima. Are you a content creator? It looks like, oh yeah, you got a lot of followers. Yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you probably make good content. You look like you make good content. So make sure you get over and follow Keeping Up with Kima. Thank you for being here, Kima. Am I saying that right? I think I am. This looks like a pretty hard name to mispronounce. Melissa McCarthy, that's it. Where has she been all my life? I feel like she made a bunch of movies in 2013, and then we never saw her again. She's like on the occasional like credit card commercial or something. But she's awesome. Oh, okay, awesome. You do make content. Are you on Mounjaro or a GLP-1 or just curious? Or are you a medical provider? Or I'm only asking because I think that's the first time I've seen your name. But maybe you've been in here before. I don't know. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. Pug. I love the gifts that they probably cost more money. Probably why I never see them. But like the gifts that do stuff are Wildly entertaining. Mounjaro week 45 starts. Dang, you've been on it then 45 weeks. How many months is that? 45 divided by 4, 10 and a half months. So about the same time I have. That's awesome. So you started late October, November-ish of last year. Nancy, I'm on Trulicity and love it. I'm glad. Hey, there's somebody who's on Trulicity and loves it. Trulicity is one of the OG GLP-1s, right? Like Saxenda and Victoza, liraglutide. Trulicity is dulaglutide. I always talk about the utides, right? Because these are just long-chain amino acid polypeptides, right? Polypeptides, very natural things to take. And all they do is they antagonize your gut or agonize, antagonize. What do? They encourage your body, your receptors in your gut to make more GLP-1, right? You've been on Ozempic and like Trulicity better. Yeah, it's very interesting how our bodies respond differently to the different peptides. It's just very interesting. So people are like, I have to go on this or I have to go on that. I'm like, if you can be on any GLP-1, count yourself fortunate. Thanks, Puggers. That was cool. Goggles. Your sister lost 60 pounds with Trulicity. Thank you for sharing that because people do come in here. It's not as frequent, obviously, as the other medications, but people do come in here and they're like, does Trulicity work for weight loss? And I do have people that will drop in like JM, what is it, Library Girl? JM Library Girl. And they'll come in and say, hey, I did really good on it. Or I know somebody who did really good on it. It's just helpful to share with that person who comes in. Because a lot of times people who are on Trulicity are like bummed out. Like, I can't be on this or I can't be on that. And I'm always like, hey, if I lost access to Mounjaro, I would be elated to be on any GLP-1. Nancy was on Victoza way back. How did it treat you? So thank you for sharing that, JM Library Girl. 3, I used to have 4, but I gave the annoying one away to my ex. Yeah, you got to check out Pug's content. It is very Pug heavy, but he is Pug light. 200 pounds lighter. He's getting his life back in a really big way. So we love Pug over at Man on the Mounjaro. So check out his stuff. Are you putting any content up over here on TikTok? I say this all the time. They are all good, just different person to person. Yeah, I agree. And Keisha, how's your change over to Wegovy? Although it seems like you're stacking boxes of Mounjaro every time I saw a video from you. So you're sitting on a like Fort Knox of GLP-1s over at Keisha's house. But yeah, how is the Wegovy treating you? Have you started it yet? Ella's on Ozempic, down 46 pounds in 5 months. That's awesome. Congratulations on that loss. That's amazing. I know that Triplet Dad of TikTok, he lost most of his weight, 125 pounds or so on Ozempic, which is awesome. So that's not even the highest dose of semaglutide. I was thinking of starting to do some videos on TikTok. Your content, Abe, would be super for, especially your Pug stuff, would be super for TikTok. Puppies play well everywhere. Puppies and babies. It's almost like cheating at social media. I don't put my kids on my social media, but if I did, trust me, it would be cheating. My kids are very cute. I lost 60 pounds with Victoza and 30 on Oz. I haven't lost much with MJ, but A1C is so much better. That's very interesting. And this Triplet Dad had the same experience where he was on Ozempic, lost a bunch of weight, switched to, thank you for the wide-eye worsty, Hambone, switched to Mounjaro and really didn't see a lot. And now he's added Topamax into the mix and he's doing a lot better. You're starting with Wegovy Thursday. All right. I know you'll keep us all informed. I'm excited to see how that goes for you. All right, what dose are you starting on, Keisha? Tell me you're not going. Gracias. Tell me you're not going for the high dose, right? Because a lot of people are switching from Mounjaro to semaglutide, and they'll just jump right into the highest dose of Wegovy. And I haven't heard it go well for a single person. So I'm just warning you, Keisha. If you jump over and you're jumping right into the 2.4, be ready to be sick. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm not putting that on you. I'm just saying that's all I hear from people that go right over from Mounjaro to, because they feel like I'm on the 15 of Mounjaro, I'll just go over to the high dose of Wegovy. But Wegovy hits different and usually not in the best way if you start high. So I'm just saying. But you have a bunch of followers too, so you probably heard that already. You're going to the 2.4. All right. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. I hope it goes really well for you. I hope that you buck the trend. But you already know, you take that 2.4. If you feel sick for a couple days, you just go get the smaller ones filled, and you just add to your Fort Knox pile of GLP-1s at home. Definitely add 15 milligram insomnia. Now, Pug, this is so funny that that you say that you have insomnia with Mounjaro, and I've heard that from other people. But like for me, I take 15 milligrams, and I'm like ready to sleep for about 2 days. So I swear, Keisha, I'm not putting that on you. I'm not putting that on you. I'm just saying that's what I hear from people that go right over to the high dose. It just doesn't go well. But I hope it does for you. I hope it does for you. But if I were you, I would call the doctor right now and I'd be like, I'm having second thoughts. How's about you give me the 1.7 or what's the one before the 1.71? I can't remember. But at worst, you're sitting on some extra medicine, stockpiling for a rainy day, right? I don't know, just a thought. Creamy, I sent you a request. I know, I probably got you all freaked out now. You can't tell me that you haven't heard that, though. You do these as often as I do. You haven't heard that? People going from Mounjaro to Wegovy and going too high? My doctor is offering Ozempic or Wegovy, and I'm not sure which one. Any advice? Absolutely, Shelly. They're the same exact medication, semaglutide, a long-chain amino acid polypeptide that acts on receptors in your gut and entice your body to make more GLP-1, which is a hormone responsible for delaying gastric emptying, for reducing the amount of sugar that you make, for stimulating your pancreas to make more insulin only when you need it, and for helping you to feel satiated in your brain because there's GLP-1 receptors in your brainstem. So that's what semaglutide does. The only difference between Ozempic and Wegovy is the name on the pen, and that's because Ozempic is FDA approved for diabetes. Wegovy is approved for weight loss. Making sense? So the only difference is like you can go to higher doses on Wegovy. So I guess I would say Wegovy, but Wegovy is really hard to get in the lower doses. So if you can get Ozempic, if you're a type 2 diabetic, because you might have issues getting Ozempic if you're not diabetic with your insurance, but if you can get Ozempic, maybe start there on the lower doses because you might have an easier time finding the lower doses of semaglutide and Ozempic. And then once you're ready to switch to the higher doses, maybe move to Wegovy because it's the same exact medication. Hopefully that answers your question. If it did, hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub, and make sure you get all the notifications for all the videos that we do over here on both TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Sue the Dude said, what level would I switch to? So if I was on the 5 milligram or the 15 milligram of Mounjaro, I would start with 0.5. This is just me. I've heard doctors say opposite things. So I'm literally just talking about what I would do. I would start on 0.5 because if I took the 0.5 and it didn't do much for me, I just call my doctor and say, hey, it's not doing anything for me. Let's up the dose. And in the meantime, I'm sitting on extra pens. So if I ever have a hiccup with my insurance, if I ever have a hiccup, were to leave my job or there were to be crazier things happen with the supply chain, God forbid. I'm not putting that on us either, but they're talking about masks again. So you never know. I would just sit on that stockpile of the lower doses if they didn't work for me, knowing that I had those as a backup if I ever had a hard time getting the medication in the future. That's just me. I'm a guy on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But that's how I would play it. I'd start low. I wouldn't go all the way to the lowest dose, but it is a different peptide. And our bot, like what I hear from people is just that the different peptides hit different with people. Right. So for what it's worth. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, Stacy, you subscribed to TikTok channel. Thank you for the subscribe. So yeah, if you want to become a subscriber, now Stacy has access to custom emojis. So you can check those custom emojis out. Same thing on YouTube. If you want to become a member, I think the link is in the description of the video. You become a member, you get access to custom emojis, custom content that I make over on YouTube for only the members, all that jazz. And all that jazz. You can get a higher dose. Absolutely. Yeah, you can get a higher dose of Wegovy than you can of Ozempic. Hambone, thanks for the weights. Everybody's coming in hot with the gifts tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I just need $1 million super chat, and I can do this permanently. Cool. Ah, there's the custom emojis. Thank you for becoming a subscriber over here on TikTok. Stacy BH in South Florida. MJ. Are you a content creator, Stacy? Yes, you are. Looks like you got over 1,000 followers. So follow you back and pin. Can I pin that comment? Put another comment in there, Stacy, so I can pin your comment. Make sure you get over and follow Stacy's channel. Yeah, Sue's throwing the pug on Mounjaro. Pug, I'm going to have to add your pug emojis over here on TikTok. Where's my pug emoji? You beat me to it. Yeah, I will add it over here on TikTok. I didn't know you were on TikTok. Newly went live first time this week. Awesome. So make sure, and you already got over 1,000 followers, so that's awesome. That's a big hurdle to get to. Hambone, making it rain. I'm trying to pin Stacy's comment. There we go. Make sure you give her a follow. Lydia, welcome back. Thank you for reading. What's happening? Hey-oh. The gifts are flying in over on TikTok. Hey, over here on YouTube, chat's quiet. Is anybody still here? Hope you're all doing well over there. Lots of people over here in the chat over on TikTok. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments. I appreciate you all so much. You're the best part of what I do. You're the reason I do what I do. I really, really enjoy this community. I really enjoy each and every one of you. Hey, Louie, there's another one to follow. Big booty Louie. Not so big booty Louie, right? You have to change that, buddy. How you doing tonight? Best communication you. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Best community. Absolutely. Absolutely. We really, really love the community, both on TikTok, over on YouTube as well. A lot of community happens over here on YouTube and TikTok. The one thing they can never take away from me, sometimes people are losing their accounts. So one thing they can never take away from me is onthepen.com. That's my website. So if you want to go over there, hey, are you for real walking your cat in a stroller? That you need to make a video of, and I need to see it. Stat. That's hilarious. Deb's here. I was busy putting a birthday gift together for granddaughter. Just finished. Awesome, Deb. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of the channel. I appreciate you very much. So many of you are members over on YouTube, and I thank you for helping me do this. I really appreciate that. I'm new to all this. What is the difference with Mounjaro? Yeah, great question, Shelly. So we talked, I think, earlier about, I think you were asking about Ozempic or Wegovy, which is what are the differences. So those are the same. So we talked about how they act on the GLP-1, and all these medications do. Like when we talk about a GLP-1 medication, they're just polypeptides. All of them now are polypeptides injections, except for Rybelsus, which is a pill, but still a polypeptide that binds to receptors in your gut and encourages your body to make GLP-1, which is essentially the hormone, one of the hormones, an incretin hormone. And these are the hormones that are responsible for telling your brain that you're full. They do a bunch of other stuff we already talked about. With Mounjaro acts on a second incretin hormone called the GIP. And the notorious GIP helps people lose even more weight and on balance feel fewer side effects. Thank you for the money gun, making it rain in here, Poggers. I appreciate you. Coming in hot with the gifts tonight, buddy. Thank you for that. My kids, thank you for that, because they'll eat this weekend. I'm just kidding. They would eat regardless. But thank you. I really appreciate that, buddy. You know I do. We're glad to have you, Deb. Yeah, it's good to have all of the members. Anna, Sue the Dude, Terrence, welcome. Hey, buddy. I think I missed you earlier. Sean. Sean. Was there an update? Now I got to check it. I might have to do a video. He said that the shortage for tirzepatide was extended. I check this just about every day, but I didn't check it today. Oh, no. Yeah. No, that's not new. And I've been making videos about this all the time. But yeah, it's through September, the 7.5 and the 10. Is one better than the other? Yeah, Mounjaro typically is, because in the clinical trials, people lost more weight, if that's what you're after. So Mounjaro tends to be a little bit better, but any GLP-1 medication that you can be on is going to be great for most people, right? So awesome. Sugar-free, absolutely. All day. Hello, Bree. Welcome to the stream. If you're new here, hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub, and make sure that you get all the notifications for all the videos that we do. We go live pretty regularly here. So thank you for being here. Who gifted you the membership, Deb? Sue the dude, maybe? He's a good dude. The dude, Sue. All right. Well, there haven't been a ton of questions. I feel like I've rambled a lot for 46 minutes. Lesia, is that Lesia or Lesia or Lisa A? It said that they're an extremely slow loser, but hanging in there. I think that is me too. I don't know that I'd say extremely slow loser, but it's hard when you see a lot of people that are losing faster, right? But just stay the course and know that, especially on the lower doses, it's harder for most people to lose weight. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Bye. See you, Hambone. Did it go in? Louis said, go look at the moon if you haven't. Sue the dude said headaches recently. Yeah, some. I've noticed definitely a little bit of an uptick. I haven't been taking the Topamax like I'm supposed to, because I feel like the Topamax makes me feel goofy in the head, and I don't like that. It's an anti-seizure medicine. I don't want to take anything that's going to make me feel slow, right? So I bet if I was taking the Topamax, I wouldn't be dealing with them. But I think I'm going to actually talk to my doctor about like Emgality. I think is that one of them. I think I saw a commercial for it. I was like, I need that. I just need not an anti-seizure medicine. It's not, I mean, it's off label for, I want to take something that was created and designed for migraines. Thanks for being here, Ham. But yeah, I mean, they are controlled with pretty much Excedrin. Yeah, a lot of people are saying don't take Topamax. And yeah, I mean, that's what I hear. Emgality is a once in month injection by Lilly. Oh, yeah, I might as well get another injection from Lilly. And that is a migraine medicine, but right, Vanessa, I'm not making that up. Vanessa is one of my moderators over on YouTube. Always coming in hot with the info. Thanks for being here. Also, Nurtec is an oral pill. In data, Nurtec worked better than Emgality. But is it a daily or is it a on demand as needed? Topamax is bad. Yeah, I know. See, that's why I don't want to take it. But Triplet Dad of TikTok, who told me to stop being a wuss and just take it, it's really fat and made his weight loss go faster with the Mounjaro. Louis' hubby uses the shot in Gality, and that's helpful for him. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Vanessa. I appreciate you. Oh, look at that. Creamy. Coming in hot with the fast food. Have you tried Botox for migraines? No, but I should try it for my wrinkles. Hi, I just joined. Did I miss any conversations about Retatride? I'm 3 weeks. Oh, here we go. 3 weeks into the clinical trials. Okay, Janine, you have the floor. Tell us all about it. So Janine, and I must make sure I'm saying that right. You have the floor to talk about Retatride. So Janine just joined over on, thank you for the super sticker, Kelly, over on YouTube. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Vanessa. She said that she has other GLP-1 friends that are dealing with migraines. That's the correct pronunciation of your name. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So tell us how it's going, Janine. Are you feeling like you have retatride? Are you feeling like you have placebo? If you feel like you're having retatride, how are you feeling? Because people were asking me earlier if there was anybody in this chat that was in the trials. And by the way, if you are interested in the clinical trials of retatride or tirzepatide, you can click the link in the description of my video on YouTube, and I have a link to all the trials that are currently seeking participants for both of those. Johnine said, I have noticed increase in energy and slight decrease of hunger. It's not as strong as Mounjaro yet, but I assume that you're probably on the 4 milligram, which is the lowest one. Pinky's World takes Topamax for headache prevention, and at first I had that problem, but not anymore. The slow feeling, that slow mental feeling, 2 milligram. Okay, so you're on the lowest dose of retatride. Sounds like that is one of the things that they say that retatride does, is that it actually helps you burn more energy, which is not something that the other GLP-1s have been shown to do. I can barely do TikTok. How are you doing this and YouTube? You rock. I know, Licia. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm butchering your name, dear. I'm sorry. Keisha's curious about food noise with retatride. Or retatrutide. Thanks again for that super sticker over on YouTube, Kelly. I appreciate that. What's the dose being used in the study? So I think it's like 2, 4, 7, 12, and 14 or something like that. Sounds like Speed and MJ had a baby. So it has to do with the glucagon receptors, the glucagon, and they've had other Lady Gaga takes Nurtec, so you know it's good. Will I be able to sing like Lady Gaga if I take Nurtec? Yes. Janine says that retatride is helping with the food noise. I think that's what she's responding to. So that's great. And that's at the lowest dose. And it was the higher dose, like all the GLP-1s. It was the higher doses of retatride that people saw the most weight. But listen to this. In 42 weeks, people lost more weight on retatride in the stage 2 trials. People lost more weight in 42 weeks on retatride than they do on Mounjaro over 72 weeks. So how about that? That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Janine. And definitely come back and share more with us. We'd love to hear more. How long have you been on the 2 milligram? Have you been through a whole month yet? So that means I lose half that amount because I'm a slow loser. Yeah, OG Bell, you and me both. Solidarity. But hey, something's better than nothing. I lost 7 pounds in a year on keto. So I'm just thrilled to be losing. And now I'm thrilled to not be gaining. But it is hard to come in here from all the people who are like, I lost 200 pounds. I'm not where I thought I would be at this point in my journey, but I'm also at peace with where I'm at in my journey because I'm so happy for my own journey to know. And I think it's so important to refocus when you are frustrated with a stall or frustrated with other people's success, when you feel like it's not happening for you, to know what is it doing for me. What it is it's controlling my blood sugars. I'm a diabetic, so it's controlling my A1C, and it's helping me not gain weight. I've lost 30 pounds in 10 months, and I've not gained back 45 because that was the story of my life for the last 20 years. Lose 30, gain 45. I did it every year for the last 20 years. So I'm thrilled at where I'm at. I'm thankful for where I'm at. And I know that, OG Bell, that you are too. It's just solidarity. Yes, I'm trying to be happy and keeping my sugars down, and that I haven't gained any. Yeah, that's awesome. And so I think the future is bright, right? When we talk about drugs like retatride or orforglipron, which will be an oral small molecule, that'll be the first non-peptide GLP-1, both from Eli Lilly. And then the other one, survodutide, which is another dual agonist, co-agonist like Mounjaro, coming from our friends at Boehringer Ingelheim. So there's a lot. Boehringer Ingelheimer Schmidt is making its own version of Mounjaro too. Instead of GIP, it uses glucagon, and people lose more weight than Mounjaro. Na 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 na. How much have I lost? 30 pounds in a year, in 10 months. 30 pounds in 10 months. But after a year on keto, I only lost 7. So I'm type 2 diabetic. I'm on 12.5. I was on the 15 and I was getting migraines, so I titrated back. So I've been working my way back up month by month from the 5 milligram. Where can I find the links for these trials? So you have to go over to my YouTube channel and find the live stream. So if you click the link in my bio, that'll take you to my YouTube and find the live stream there, and go to the description of the video, scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's where they are. You think they will release retatrutide for obesity or diabetes first? I believe that the clinical trials for obesity are farther along than the clinical trials for diabetes with retatrutide. So my guess as of right now would be obesity first. I'm the same, minimal weight loss, but great A1C, and dropped my insulin by 34. And that's my story too. I wasn't taking external insulin, but my body was making a crap ton just to keep up. And so it's given my pancreas a break. I'm thankful for that. It's prolonging my life. There's no doubt about it. So at the end of the day, the weight loss I'm learning is not a sprint, right? But it's a marathon. Sue the Dude said, Dave, what about the company Novo just bought? Yeah. So Novo announced today that they just acquired a company that has some investigational GLP investigational obesity medicines. So, they're doing the same thing that that Eli Lilly is, and they're gobbling up some of these smaller companies that may have medicines that'll complement GLP-1 therapies or maybe be the next version of GLP-1 therapies. And when you have blockbuster drugs like semaglutide and tirzepatide, and you're making money hand over fist, and people are throwing their money at your stocks, you can do things like take a risk on some of these smaller companies and hope that the reward is great, because the future is really bright with these. Vanessa said most likely diabetes first, since that would be the easiest to get on formularies. Yeah, it could be, Vanessa, but I think from the perspective of retatrutide, just that the clinical trials are a little bit farther along. That's why maybe I give the edge to obesity, but what do I know? Just a guy on YouTube. Maybe obesity will be treated with respect and we'll get it first. Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at Mounjaro, I think Mounjaro is, I can't remember what the numbers were, but I think when it comes to A1C control, I think Mounjaro is still a little bit better than retatrutide on the A1C side. And there's other things for retatrutide that are comorbidities of obesity that it's showing major promise. Same with the Boehringer Ingelheim dual agonist, where it's like reversing NASH, reversing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in like a really short amount of time. So those are things to watch too. Vanessa said, if you live in Texas, University of Texas system is excluding all GLP-1s from their benefits. That's crazy. Or are they buying smaller to squelch the competition? I think that's a fair thing to kind of look at is, they've got these patents and they don't want something else to come up. But I don't think there's any, I don't think that the small companies pose the biggest risk to Lilly or Novo Nordisk. I think they're big competitors, Merck, AstraZeneca, Pfizer. These are much bigger threats. So I think, yeah, I mean, it could be. There are a lot of people who posit that. I think the name for the next trial, Dave, since you sang that song, so yeah, for sure. Well, it's Texas. Are we really shocked? I missed what you said about NASH. So lots of studies about NASH, and they're doing studies on tirzepatide for NASH, but retatrutide, which is another investigational medicine, GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon agonist, being studied by Eli Lilly, shows a huge promise in reversing NASH in pretty short order, as does the co-agonist from Boehringer Ingelheim called survodutide. I've done videos on all these. That's a good plug for following the channel. Make sure you click follow the live creator so that you can see all those videos. And, most of this content lives on YouTube as well. Vanessa brings up a good point that CagriSema is what they hope will compete with tirzepatide. Yeah. Cagrissima. I like to say Cagrissima. That's a spicy GLP-1. Agar, good to hear about your mom. Agar, what did Agar say about their mom? I didn't see a comment from Agar, but Agar, I'm glad you're here. My mom lost 18 pounds on Trulicity in 5 months. That's awesome. More good news from Trulicity. Anna went down from 7.2 to 5.9 because of MJ. Yeah, that's amazing. And I've seen similar results in my A1C. I was 7.3, I think, and now I'm down to 5.6. So 10 months. It's working on your body, your metabolic health before it's working on your weight. My doctor said it really well. I know I've heard Lee Jernine, the Mounjaro flight attendant, follow her. She said stuff like, you don't lose weight and then get healthy. You get healthy and then lose weight. So the more messed up you are metabolically, I think the longer it takes you to lose the weight. Pinkie Pie's World said, I have F3 fibrosis. I'm interested in the NASH study. So Pinkie Pie's World, my friend BJ Davis over on YouTube had a really good interview with a friend of his who was taking Mounjaro, and it completely reversed her NASH. And that's tirzepatide, right? So that's not even, it's available. So we're not even talking about retatrutide at that point. So the major miracle drug, I'll stay on MJ and I'm in maintenance. That's awesome, Anna. Did you see before MJ, my A1C was 19? Holy crap. No, I didn't even know it could go that high. You must have felt sick, my friend. Woo. And now you're like down to almost pre-diabetic numbers. That's amazing. So over on YouTube, BJ Davis, at BJ Davis. I'm trying to think. Okay. So if you have trouble finding him in the search over on YouTube, what you can do is click the link in my bio. That'll take you to my YouTube. Go to my playlist for On the Pen Lives. Look for that little logo, On the Pen Lives. And I have several interviews with him recently. And if you click any of the descriptions of those videos, I have his username tagged, and you can click that and find it there. AC says, I love your channel. I love you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, Pinkie Pies, I wish you all the best luck in the world. That having major issues with your liver has to be something that has kept you up at night. So prayers to you, because I'm sure that there's a fair amount of anxiety that comes with that. And I pray that you're able to get the medication that you need to turn that around. And I think the future is very bright. Definitely. One other thing that you can do, Pinkie Pie's World, is you can go over to my YouTube channel, find the live stream for this video, click the link in the description, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can click those links and it'll take you to all the active studies that they're looking for participants in for Mounjaro and retatrutide. And I'll bet there's some for retatrutide and NASH. Maybe even fibrosis. I don't know. Did I say that right? Fibrosis of the liver. So you're on MJ since the beginning of May. Probably those upper doses are going to be the most helpful for your NASH, is my guess. But talk to your doctor. Is your doctor mentioned Mounjaro being good for NASH? I'm shocked if they haven't. But I guess I'm not shocked if you're not, if your doctor's not real plugged in with GLP-1s. But moving up, starting 12.5. Awesome. Keep me informed, Pinkie Pie's World. I'm interested to hear how your follow-ups go after you've been on this for a year or so. You're probably getting close to it. All right, I'm getting tired, so I've got to end this. I really appreciate y'all for joining. I hope that we can do On the Pen live tomorrow, Thursday night. I hope everybody's feeling good enough. Hope I'm feeling good enough to do it. It's going to be a call-in show. So usually we have a guest, but tomorrow's will be a call-in show. So you can call in, follow Beach Vibes on YouTube. Okay, make sure you give me a follow on YouTube so that you can be on the Pen tomorrow. On the Pen Live, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Central. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those on YouTube. Thank you for those who were giving gifts. So many people gave gifts tonight. I thank you so much for those. Those are so appreciated, everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for being here on the Pen with me, Dave Knapman, and the Mounjaro. Make sure that you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub before you go. Louie, you got to come on the Pen sometime and come on the show. We'd love to have you. Send me an email at mounjaroman@gmail.com if you're interested. Would love to have you. And thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. We're going to catch you on the next one. Until we do that, you all have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And we'll see you on the next one.